Hi, it's Jamie at the Bead Gallery, and this is our first YouTube live. And in case I am live, I'm going to keep talking while we figure it out. If this is your first time joining us for any kind of tutorial, we are a bead store in Honolulu, Hawaii, and this is my dear friend Allison who works with us on Sundays, and she is also going to be doing a demonstration while I talk to you. So I'm going to show you the layout. And it'd be kind of funny if we weren't even live yet. I don't think we're live. I have a button here that says go live. I'm going to press that button too. Oh, it says it's not enabled. Yeah. Do you think we're live? Because I'm streaming on this one. Oh, Ali says hi. We are live. Yay. She's so cute. I think you're live. Yes. Hi, Ali. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being there to tell us that. That really, really helps. Okay, so let's continue. Ali, if you could tell me, do you see my face right now? Because if you can, then that means that we're doing good. Okay, so I'm going to check if my face is showing. And Ali says she only can see the tray. All right, so I think what that means is that my webcam can't switch between the two just yet. So give me a second. And if not, then you can just look at the tray for our very first live. So Jason, we started. And right now I can't get our tray to, my camera to switch cameras. So what I'm going to have you do is, if you wouldn't mind holding the phone for us and then taping so we don't have to stop. Okay, so we're just going to keep going, everybody. This is the bracelets that we're going to be doing for YouTube Live today. So these are all very yang energy bracelets. And then I'm going to have Allison hold these while I tell you a little bit about it. So we chose for this tiger eye, lapis, black agate. Tiger eye is this one. So if you wouldn't mind showing that off, Miss Allison, and I'll move this to the side. Tiger eye has this beautiful, like, what do you want to call it? Chatoyancy to it that looks like it's glowing. And we really love the power and energy and vitality that comes from tiger's eye. So we really recommend using this if you like something that has a little bit more yang energy. And so we mixed it right here with blue tiger's eye. So I'll rotate it and hopefully you can see that. Blue tiger's eye is, you could call it the younger version of tiger eye, because it's what happens before the oxidation happens and turns it more yellow over time. And then we have one with red tiger's eye as Z focal. So red tiger's eye is also very gorgeous. So today you get to see yellow, blue, and red tiger eye. Alrighty. So this bracelet is called, so I'm going to hop in just so we can introduce ourselves now that I know that we haven't met yet. I am Jamie from the Bead Gallery. And this is our store. We've been in business for 22 years now, and we have a lot of tips and techniques on our YouTube channel that you can follow. But today we thought we'd go live and introduce you to two of our favorites. I will link you below to the Stretchy Cord video and the basic crimping video as well. So if you can't catch it on this video that we're doing here, no worries. You will be able to do it with the links that I will put after. So Allison is going to get started and show you how to basic string. Remove the tools using a beading cable. So this is a stainless steel cable. So she's just going to start stringing the pattern away for this bracelet.
I was like, you took it away. Where did it go?
Where did the beads go? This is so funny.
This is hilarious.
Let me get you some beads, Miss Allison. We're going to be using black agate. So black agate is a very grounding bead. So it has, if you need something that has protection, focus, grounding, we want to try this one. Here it is. And we're going to be putting a focal bead with this one. This is not one of our current kits. We decided to do this one, a special treat from scratch for you. So we're going to do black agate. And to make the rainbow obsidian pop out, it's just a little bit larger. So that's always a nice thing to have when you're doing any kind of project where your focal bead's just a little bit bigger. And then we're going to be using these spacers, put these on either side of that bead to make it pop out. Now, if you have any questions at any time, please feel free to comment and we will answer. So what we have on one end is a bead stopper. So we used to use Scotch tape for years, and we found that by using Scotch tape, when it falls off, you lose all your beads, or it leaves a sticky residue. And that sticky residue sometimes was unpleasant. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beads and a focal and more. And the reason we're stringing straight onto the spool today like this without cutting it off is to save cord. So if you know exactly how many beads you're going to use, don't pre-cut your cord and you'll save cord. But I'm also going to show you a little trick today what happens if your pattern is not what you like and you have to redo it slightly. So it's a perfect day to use these bead stoppers. What you want to do is take into consideration the clasp, I'm going to reach past, length, and the crimp. So that's going to add some length to your project. So with whatever bracelet length you're going to be making, you want to make sure that it fits your wrist from bead to bead, because if that's snug from bead to bead, when you add the clasp, which is another, let's say, I'm going to measure this for you. It's about 3/4 of an inch extra in length, so that should be perfect. So we want for a average size person, maybe like a 7-inch bracelet. If you're gonna do a man's bracelet, you want to go a little bit bigger, maybe like 8. So this is 7, almost 7 inches. So with the clasp and the crimp, it'll be 7 3/4. Let's go for it. So we're going to be using a crimp and wire protectors today. The crimp is what's going to hold the cords in place, these tiny little tubes right here. And this is a wire protector. It looks like little pants. So Allison is going to string on the crimp first. And then the wire protector. So you're going to go up one leg and down the other. And again, we do have this video a lot closer when it's not live. And so you can watch that later if you want to. And then you're going to put on the clasp and then go back down into the other leg of the wire protector. So let's see.
Oh, it fell off.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I gave you the wrong instruction.
Yeah.
You put on the wire protector and then the magnet clasp. Oh, we have an off topic. I have wire for beading that turns your hands gray-black. Does anybody know what that is? There is a wire that is like a fire line that does have a gray residue on it. Not so much for the beading cables. These beading cables are stainless steel cable encased in plastic. And so the plastic coating on the stainless steel cable shouldn't allow any, discoloration to come off on your hands. Plus, stainless steel does not have a gray or black residue on it. It's just a metal. It's kind of like how, your forks and knives. So it may not be a beading cable that you're using. Okay, so you put on the wire protector, her magnet, and go back into the crimp, and we're going to show up close what that looks like. Again, we will have a link to the video that shows you a little bit better up close. Okay, and so if you can hold that up to the camera, I'll show you what you're looking at, Miss Allison, so you can go a little closer and stay in focus. You're going to pinch the legs together of the wire protector with your fingers, and then you're going to squeeze that crimp. Remember, when you're working with a magnet, the magnet is a little tricky because it wants to suck at your tool. So you have to be strong and hold your tool so that it doesn't get stuck to your clasp. So Miss Allison now has all of her beads on, and your Father's Day present is almost done. We're going to cut the cord. You want to give yourself about, what is that? almost 3 inches. So you have some play at the end to put your crimp on, your wire protector, and then you're going to go into the magnet on the other side. So this technique is called basic crimping, basic stringing and crimping, because you have to string and then you crimp. But this is one of the easiest of all techniques in making jewelry. Like, because you only need a chain nose plier and a cutter, it makes it really fun and easy to just get it ready and crimp and go for it. So Allison is going to finish up by going back into the crimp, into the bead, and we're going to squeeze that crimp. So you guys have any questions, because we're live today, which is a treat, go ahead and put them into the comments so that we can answer them. This design is a really basic design where it's got one center focal bead. We love this kind of thing, but let's say you wanted to do something with multiple focal beads. You can put 3. Odd numbers are always best when you do any kind of focal, because then there's a center bead. If you do 2, there's not really a center. If you do 3, 5, 1, then you have something that will allow for symmetry in your pattern. I'm going to hold this up while she finishes that, and you can see the center bead focal style.
Nice.
And the triple bead focal style. And the one that she just made. Now, we do really like magnets, because if you're having a problem, it's just easy to get off and on. All right. So that is basic stringing. Here's another sample of something basic strung. And the next thing that we're going to do now is stretchy cord. So there's all kinds of stretchy cord on the market, and we use one that is like a floss. We get this imported from Hong Kong. We love it. It's really good stuff. We trust it. You can put any kind of bead on it as long as it fits 4 strands of stretchy cord, which is kind of equivalent to a 20 gauge wire. So if you are, if you are going to make a stretchy cord bracelet, we recommend that you pre-test your holes with maybe a 20 gauge wire or an 18 gauge wire, because if all of the wires do fit in, then you know that your stretchy cord is going to be awesome. One other thing is, if you have a focal on your stretchy cord, I'm going to bring the light a little closer, that one, the one that's already tipped. If you do have a focal on your stretchy cord, this is a good space where you can hide your knot. So if possible, save your bead with the biggest hole. And if it happens to be this one or this one, it doesn't really matter. But whatever your biggest bead is, with the big, not the biggest bead, but the bead with the biggest hole, string that on first or last, because you can pop your knot in there, okay? So that'll be your first or last. So with Allison popping back in again to do the next sample. So we're going to start with 4 feet of stretchy cord. And we're going to fold it in half and fold it in half again. And again, this is a very floss-like stretchy. And we like this kind of stretchy because when it starts to wear down, it'll start to fray, and then you'll see it pop up through the bead holes. We've been stringing on this stretchy for about how long? This particular brand? Over 10 years, right?
I'd
say about 10 years. Has it been 10 years?
No, not quite, but quite a bit.
Quite a bit?
Quite a bit.
Definitely more than 5. Because I have bracelets that are older than 5 years old that I'm still wearing.
So tell us more about this stretchy material. Nylon, flat, flossy, no real diameter. people keep asking us, do you guys have 0.5 stretchy cord? And we tell them no. This is a flat type of cord. Kind of looks like floss.
Okay, so Miss Allison tied all her ends together. As you can see, I'm going to hold it tight while she strings. Holding this tight is always a nice way of keeping it firm. We also have this thing called the Rex board that we pin it to. We'll grab one to show you what that board does and how that simplifies your life when you're making these stretchy cord bracelets. Yes, Elizabeth, we do sell crimps and magnetic closures. You can visit us on our website, thebeadgallery.com, and we can totally help you out there. We are a brick and mortar bead store that went to online with the beginning of COVID. So as we continue with this new endeavor, we'll be getting more and more of our things online besides our faces and our hands. We'll get product up there too. Okay, so can you pass me the Rex board? I'm going to pin it down. So the Rex board is this board that our friend and dear sweet mermaid Brenny's daddy made for us, where he modified this to clip it, hold the knot down, and now Allison can pull, because when you're putting your beads onto the stretchy cord, you want to have the string be taut. Like, you don't want the strings to be all like loosey-goosey. If the strings are tight when you pull against it, they stay straighter inside. Another trick that's good to know is when you pull the bead over the black fishing line, that is our needle, you want to pinch the fishing line at the base so that you're not dragging the fishing line against the folded over stretchy cord right here. If you keep pulling it, and I'm going to do a demo, if you keep pulling it hard like this over and over, this weakens the stretchy cord and this is going to break. You don't want it to break. So once it pops over, pinch right there and then drag your beads down. That is probably the key to having your stretchy cord bracelets last a really long time. You are not having any weak spots in it. So because this is an endless bracelet, it doesn't really matter when your focal bead goes on. You can put it on now, you can put it at the end, but if it's your biggest whole bead, save it for the end, and you'll soon see why. I will put the link to the stretchy cord bracelet again in the description so you can click on it. Thanks for being so patient while we go live. Our first time on YouTube with a tutorial. We couldn't get it just right. So this is the secondary option of how we'd like you to see it. But we're just going to keep going because that's what beading is, right? You just keep going. Don't stop. Even if you're not too sure, keep going, because the practice is what is going to determine how excellent you get at it. You have to keep doing beading over and over to get better at it. Your first project should never be your best. As a teacher, I've been saying that for over 2 decades. Your first project should never be your best, okay? You want to show growth. You want to show some kind of continuity in your excellence. And, you know, you just have to keep trying. So she's got almost her last bead on. And again, that's just a piece of black fishing line that we give free with the a piece free when you buy the stretchy cord. You know what's amazing about this stretchy cord? This whole spool is $8 and you can make about 25 bracelets. So hello. And we put hundreds, thousands of dollars worth of beads on these. So we trust it a lot. FYI, we love it. Okay. So now that she has the last bead on, we're going to try it on to see how big we want it. Let's say you wanted it a little bit smaller. Then you would just go ahead and slide your beads off. But if you like it that size, should we do it this big just for the demo? All right. So Allison is going to slide all the beads towards the loop end of the cord. She's got her finger trapped into the loop just to hold it in place. This is going to take all the tension that's running through it and make it even. And now she's going to cut the 4 strands so that there's 2 and 2. Now we've been doing this method for, we're trying to figure out how long, maybe 8 years. So we guarantee this works. So we're not newbies at this. We've been doing this a long time. So we can guarantee that if you do it like us, it'll work. She's going to slide all the beads up to the half. What would you call that? The bent over cord portion. And now tie a knot. And again, forgive us if we are moving at a speed that's too fast and if the lighting isn't good. We will refer you to our video that's on YouTube that you can watch. But thank you for joining us live. It's so nice to have you guys here.
Unedited and live.
Yeah, unedited and live.
This is what happens. This is what.
Tie some knots. And it's kind of fun. We really enjoy showing you all of these techniques live because I think what it does is it shows you that you can make whatever it is you want to make, and then that's very fun and not stressful. I don't know, maybe Allison's a little stressed because I'm like, you're gonna go on YouTube live and you gotta make these bracelets.
And she's like, oh.
I think she started sweating a little bit. She's like, me? And I was like, don't worry, we got it. Thank you, Allison. So this is a stretchy cord bracelet.
It's men's size.
It's man size, so I'll put it on. Stretchy cord can be any size. The nice part too is like if it's a little off on size, you can fit it onto your wrist and you don't have to worry too much.
Perfect. I like it.
I like it too. Okay, so that we picked, can I talk about these really quick before we go? So the reason we picked certain kinds of beads, so we have dragon, we have phoenix, we have it in different gemstones, but the reason why we did this for these yang energy for Father's Day is we wanted something that supports empowerment. We wanted something that supports thoughtfulness, inner reflection, abundance, growth. And so two symbols that work really well for that are the dragon and the phoenix. Now, the dragon is a mythological creature in Chinese astrological signs. It's the only one that's not a real one, right? Because there's rabbit, dog, tiger, and then you have dragon. So the dragon is like the ultimate of all of the creatures. I think it's something wonderful we could all aspire to, is to have that dragon energy in terms of it being about empowering ourselves and being strong, invincible. So that's one reason why we like the dragon. And the other gem that we are putting in these is the phoenix. And so if you want to see pictures of these, we have them on our website as what they look like on the different gems. The phoenix is about rising from the ashes, transformation, change. And that is also a beautiful symbol to wear on your body when you need to remind yourself how capable you are of adapting, especially right now. So dragon, phoenix, we have it in lapis. Lapis is a good stone for this area of your body, thinking, reflection, third eye. We have it in amethyst, which is a little bit higher on the chakras if you want something for intelligence and focus. We have it in black agate if you want to have something for grounding. Carnelian to get your body moving, revitalized, energetic. We have it in aventurine green. So that's nice for abundance, growth, and change. Friendship, heart opening for the heart chakra. I'm trying to think what other colors we have it in. And that might have covered it. But if it didn't, we have them all on the website. And you're welcome to ask us any kinds of questions. I'm going to see if there's any other questions before we sign off.
The Facebook post has all the
yes.
Phoenix and the...
Please join us on Facebook if you can. Our Facebook page is called The Bead Gallery Honolulu. If you want to join our Ohana, we have the Bead Gallery Ohana. Well, the Bead Gallery Honolulu Ohana. It's kind of long, but once you're there, you only have to join one time. And on that page, we have a little bit more of a community where we exchange photos, pictures, ideas, and friendships. So please join us there because we do post a lot. We're on Instagram, and we try to be everywhere so that we can share this beading community with as many people as possible. We've been beading for 22 years now, so we have a really good connection with our customer base of what they want to know, the tips and tricks that will help make it easier for you to access. We honestly and passionately love what we do. We love beads. We love being with you. So if there's any questions you have at all, bring it on, and we are ready for you. So thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed these videos, but I hope you enjoy having a wonderful weekend. We have a week to think about some gifts. If there's a father figure in your life you want to say thank you to. So with that, we have always a kind heart, kind words, and kind thoughts for you. and you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.